How have you enjoyed being a homo?
Well, I think you know.
Apart from right now. Okay, go ahead.
So, the first time the thought that I might be gay popped into my head was when I was in grade 5, which is weird, but I just kind of, but it was just like a little thought though, right? Like, I remember I was just like sitting with with my best friend at the time, and we were talking about something, and I just thought to myself, like, oh my gosh, I just really want to kiss her right now. Like, I just wanted to kiss her, and then I was like, no, that is the thing lesbians do. You are not a lesbian. You are not a lesbian.
Don't be a lesbian.
Yeah, pretty much. And basically. I just kind of like went, and just kind of forced it out of my head.
Gotcha.
And then when I don't know, like I had crushes on boys and stuff like that when I was in grade 7 and grade 8. But like, I didn't really like I just kind of picked one because I thought that I had to.
Yeah, I've done that.
And
I had a boyfriend because I needed one. It lasted for about a month. I let him kiss me twice. It wasn't very good. Anyway.
But yeah, so I sorry. So I had a crush on a boy in grade 7 and 8, and then when I was 9, I thought that I might be bisexual because I had a crush on my friend Lori, and she was really pretty and stuff. But anyways, so I had a crush on her, but I was like, oh, maybe you just like girls too, you know, and it was kind of like a comfortable little pocket there, right? And then I remember, it was when I was in grade 9, I thought that I was bi for a while, and then I remember the exact moment that I realized that I was flaming homosexual, and I was sitting on the couch with my mom, eating pad thai and watching the movie version of Rent, and I was watching,
big lesbian movie,
and I was watching the lesbian couple get engaged, and I remember just thinking oh,
that's so nice. I'd like that.
And it was, pretty much. And then I just thought, whoa, and then I just kind of thought to myself, I'm gay. Yeah. And then I was just like, whoa, I'm gay? No, I'm not gay. No. And then I started having this existential crisis and freaking the hell out in my mind, and just trying desperately and failing horribly at hiding it from my mother. And so I just ran upstairs to my room because I was freaking out. And then I spent a few weeks being very, very hung up on the whole thing. I was like, no, you can't be gay, because I just always thought that by being gay I was condemning myself to this certain kind of lifestyle, you know?
Yeah, I thought that once I realized and admitted I was gay, I was consenting to a life of misery. Yeah, I thought that from here on I'm going to be miserable.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought, oh my god, my life is going to be so
it's gonna
hard
suck.
now.
Yeah.
I spent a couple of weeks just being very hung up on the whole thing and thinking, just becoming super, super hyper aware of how heteronormative the media is too. That was a big thing for me. Just not seeing any representations of myself anywhere, and thinking that my family was gonna shun me and all these awful things. And so that's when I started, watching videos like this, and looking up every lesbian book I could possibly find in the library, and having my secret little stash of lesbian things that wasn't even porn. It was just stuff to make me feel a little bit better about and less alone. And I came out to my mom first in my family when I was 15 or 16. And I remember the first thing she said to me was, she goes, "Are you sure?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, you like makeup, and you wearing dresses and stuff like that." Because my mom, even though she is a very liberal person, has been extremely supportive of me. Still comes from an age and a time and a sort of mindset where she she thought that if you're a lesbian, then it only means looking like this or acting like this, and that's obviously not true.
No.
But I was very, very lucky because I found a really, really great community resource that really, really helped me when I was in high school, and it was called Out on the Shelf, and it still exists, and it's a queer library and resource center in Guelph. And so out of there, my friend and I started pretty much a gay youth club for Guelph called Pride Patrol. It was pretty awesome. And I tried to get a GSA started in my school and stuff like that. It was fun. But I think one of the biggest things, though, about, like, growing up, like, you know, having realized that I was gay at a young age is that, like, if I could go back and talk to my teenage self, I would just try to tell myself that, like, there's no correct way to be gay, you know? Being gay is a part of your identity, but you're also an entire person outside of that. It's an intricate part of you that can't be separated, but at the same time, it's not the only part of you. There's no script there, you know? You can still be gay and think that a boy is cute sometimes, want to sleep with one sometimes. There's no scripted way to be a lesbian. There's no scripted way to be bisexual. Like, oh god, I'm gonna be really pretentious and quote Judith Butler right now.
Oh god.
Okay, shut
no,
up.
No, it's relevant.
Shut up.
It's fine.
It's relevant. Because it's like, she says that, like, she operates under the sign lesbian, and she knows that she operates under there, but she does not know what that sign means.
Oh, I like that.
You know? It's a sign that has no definition, yet she knows that she operates under it.
Yeah, I like that.
Which it was hard for me to realize, but once I did, because, like, I went through the whole thing where I, like, cut all my hair off and started dressing really androgynously and, you know, like, was trying to, like, fit into what I thought a gay girl should look like. And then I realized that I wasn't really being myself.
Yeah, I had the issue where I belonged to neither group. You know, I felt like the straight girls didn't want me even though I looked like them, but having to, you know, if I were to spend time with somebody who wasn't a friend of mine and they wanted to talk about Cosmo and hand jobs and very, like, hetero stuff, I couldn't, because I don't want any of those things. I hate Cosmo magazine.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. So I felt like that group didn't want me, and then the gay kids didn't want me either because I didn't look like them, and I didn't know. Like, it takes you a long time to get into the gay scene, right? I didn't know who Diamond Rings was at first. Like,
well, and also too, like, nobody tells you about femme invisibility.
No, it's not a thing.
No.
If anything, they think you're a newbie. It's like you have your hair, you have long hair, and you wear dresses. It's like, oh, you're just figuring it out, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it's like I've known I'm gay for a very long time.
Yeah, so have I.
And this is just how I am. This is just how I dress. And it's like, on one hand, we experience the privilege of, you know, being assumed straight most of the time because we don't get, like, harassed or ridiculed or whatever on the street.
No,
for the
we
most
are super
part.
PDA though.
Yeah, we're pretty gross.
That took me a long time to be okay with too. Not with you, but, like, in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took me a long time to be okay. But once you realize that, on the whole, the world will not stop if you hold a girl's hand. It won't. The city doesn't care. The city is too busy, and they are going by you. They're on their way to work. They're on their way home. No one is going to care that you're holding a girl's hand. Once you get over that, and you can kiss her goodbye getting on the streetcar, and life goes on, it's a huge life lesson. The world is too big to worry about who you in particular are sleeping with.